Push the button.
We are live, you big ugly dummy.
Hey,
You are
what?
big, you are dumb, and you are
That's
See, you hear that?
that's not very nice.
Ah,
What's happening, all you good people? Welcome to the I don't know what fat dudes with attitude show. How about that?
why we gotta be fat dudes?
Because we are.
I don't know. Why do we gotta be fat dudes?
Oh, because we love food.
I was born this way, man.
We're fat guys. We don't take no crap. We're here to give you our fat rap.
So what's been going on there, misters?
Oh, nothing. Whole bunch of nothings really. Just kind of chilling. Going to see the foot. Well, I already went. Saw the foot doctor. He
Yeah.
said that the wound is healing nicely, and he wrapped it and stuck me back in the boot and said, "I'll see you next week."
You need a face doctor to see how that wound's
You
healing.
need a fucking life doctor
Why you gotta swear?
because you're a sad, strange little man, and you
You're
have
the
my
one.
pity.
You're the one swearing.
You have
You're
my
the
pity.
sad. You're the sad one.
You
You
have
need
my
the
pity.
pity. You need the pity.
You need to get the pity dick out of your mouth.
Wow. So rude.
Oh, whatever.
I went to the doctor this week. Well, last week.
Did you get a new brain?
Huh?
Did you get a new brain?
Don't need a brain. Obviously.
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 I mean, obviously.
No, but yeah, I'm at the doctor's and he got a new receptionist. And
She hot?
so anyways, I get in there. It's her first time seeing me. And I'm hanging up my coat and she's like, "Are you Mr. Melbourne?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so the song "Love Is a Battlefield" by Pat Benatar comes on. And so every time I hear the song, I think of the video. And part of the video, they start dancing to protest this evil video pimp. And they do this shoulder shimmy. So I get up to the desk, for her to finish signing me in.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, so I tells her, I'm like, every time I hear this song, I get this uncontrollable urge to do the shoulder shimmy. And I start doing the dance in the office. She lost it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm just enjoying what I got. So
I mean, hey, shake what your mama gave you, I guess.
that's right. I'm gonna shake it. But that's kind of been my week. Like I went to the grocery store the other day, and that song "Somebody I Used to Know" came on.
Godier.
Yeah, well, however you say his name, but yeah. And I'm sitting there, and I don't know the lyrics to the song, but I know how it goes. I kind of know how it goes. So I'm like, and somebody sang a song, and they were somebody I used to know,
And
but
they
the
really
lyrics
fucking
I
pissed me off.
the lyrics I kind of forgot. And people are just looking at me.
I mean, I am guilty of doing that too. Going through the store and like humming. I hear a song. Like for those of you who don't know, I'm when it comes to music, I'm kind of an idiot savant. I
Well, you got
know
the idiot part right.
I know a lot. I know a lot of songs, and I can a lot of lyrics. But then there's sometimes I just get tripped up. And I'm going in this, and it's like Rocket Man, something, 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 and something. Your eye.
I think my favorite was you singing "Human Beings" from Van Halen.
Rah rah ree follow me, ree ree. Humans being.
Yeah, because you can't make out the lyrics for that song. So
Oh, there's just enough Christ in me to make me feel
and
almost
it's
guilty.
actually there's just enough crash left in me.
I thought it was Christ.
No,
There's just enough Christ in me to make me feel. Anyways, that was Sammy's last song he wrote for the band. You could pretty much tell he was checked out at that point.
I don't know. That was a killer tune, man.
It was a great song, but Sammy was like, you know what? I just don't fucking care.
And that's kind of like Van Halen was when they hired him.
Gary Sharon.
You know, he's a good singer. It just for some reason it didn't work.
It didn't mesh. That the songs that they wrote and stuff was. I mean, I liked it. I liked him in Extreme.
Yeah, he's a good singer, and he could have done their other songs well.
I'm sure, but
for whatever reason, I don't think that album would have worked with anybody. Not at least the songs on it.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, Dave probably couldn't have pulled that off.
Well, Dave was kind of the worst singer ever in that band.
They only had 3.
Yeah, and 2 of them were good singers.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, they got super lucky when that Sammy just happened to be finishing up. Was it VOA? Yeah, VOA. And then Eddie said, "Hey man, I need a singer." And Sammy said, "Okay, I got one more album I got to put out." And Eddie played bass on it. So, and then that whole thing, and then everything fell apart. And I don't know what it is about Van Halen, man. They're fucking gifted musicians, but Christ on a cracker.
So yeah, I kind of have a theory too after thinking about that "Love Is a Battlefield" video. Going back to the '80s, you seen every time a female artist put out a video, she had to have a video in the '80s where she ran away from home. It just had to happen. like 80s girls just had the shittiest home lives because every girl in a video ran away from home. And then all the male artists had videos where they were having sex or they were partying and getting high and drunk and all that stuff. I have my theory as the parents of the girls in the video seen that these girls were going out with the guys that were putting out videos and said, "Oh no, you ain't going nowhere with these dudes." And so the girls ran away from home because of it.
I mean, it's a pretty sound theory if you think about it. And I mean, it's like, and if they weren't running away from home, they were just running. Like
that's what happened. That girl from like I don't know, some '80s band like Vixen. She's the voice in that video. Talk Dirty to Me, calling Brett Michaels. Oh, Brett.
Oh yeah.
And then you see their video where she's running away from home.
Yeah. Well, hey, Roxy Carmichael was in that band. She was a fucking hell of a drummer and hot as shit and from Detroit.
Detroit's got a groove, man. They got a lot of great musicians.
Hell yeah, great musicians coming out of Motown, dude. Yeah. Serious. I mean, me, Well,
let's be real. They got a guitar, and he doesn't get enough credit for his guitar work because everybody remembers him for one stupid fucking song. But he did a lot of really good songs. Besides that, is Ray Parker Jr.
Oh hell yes, dude.
He did a lot of session work for Motown and stuff, man.
He was in a group. What group was he in?
Oh, no, I can't remember the name.
I can't. I want to say it's the Babies, but it's not the Babies.
No, the Babies were
John Waite.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was. Because he was in a group out of Detroit, and they had some mild success.
Yeah, and I can't think of.
But I belong to this Facebook group called Michigan Music History.
Yeah, I Stereo. I think that was the name of the group. Stereo.
Was it Stereo or the Stylistics?
No, it wasn't the Stylistics. Radio. That's the name of the group. Yes.
RAYDIO.
Yes.
Radio. That's what it was.
Stereo.
Mono.
Audiophile.
Audio slave. No, that was somebody else.
Yeah.
Yep, I liked radio.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like now, see, like some of the local stuff, like Bittersweet Alley. Not many people know them.
Well, no, because they honestly they had a regional hit. I mean, if you
Right?
weren't in there,
They did the Detroit bar scene like
right,
nobody's business. They were like Roseville and all that
right,
shit. They were
right.
playing down there all the time, and then it's like up in Port Huron, we caught wind of them. We're like, oh shit, these guys are pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Well, we also had like Kobe Red and a Rhythm Corps and a lot of great bands. Oh,
Yeah,
hey, Tansy, what's going on, girl?
uh, 316
Yeah, we had a lot.
Hunting Lodge. Remember them?
Oh yeah, I actually have some of the. Well, they don't have a lot of albums, but yeah, I have some of their music.
We got introduced to them through Jeff
Yeah.
because he
And then
wasn't he dating one of the members?
no, the members were a couple of
No, there was a
guys.
girl in there,
No,
or maybe she was just a groupie.
but
I,
no, and then there was oh, there's so many good Michigan bands, man. I'm
oh
just like,
man,
especially
Bob Seger.
yeah, especially you go through like just the Motown stuff.
Oh God, yes. Marvin Gaye, Percy Sledge, Jackie Wilson. Hell yes, dude.
Smokey Robinson.
Smokey and the Miracles.
Why they got to be miracles?
I believe in miracles.
Wrong song.
Oh. Right from you sexy thing.
I know, man. I am too.
Not you fucking boob.
I am so sexy.
Too sexy for my shirt.
They did. They wrote a song about me. I didn't even know they knew me, but it's amazing.
No, then it should have been Right Said Dave instead of Right Said Fred.
Well, as I said, they didn't even know me, so they were just like, I don't know that dude's name. What's his name? They're like, well, just call him Fred.
Oh, I see. So basically, they wrote a song vicariously about you.
They did.
No, sir, they did not.
They did.
No, you're not that pretty.
I am that pretty.
No,
you're just big and dumb.
Boy, these fries are good.
Oh man!
Hey, did you say there was somebody in the chat?
Yes.
They're not showing up over here.
Sure, they were.
Comments. There we go. Never mind. I was on. I was on the private chat.
You're so dumb.
No, you. No, you. You're the dummy. How about that?
No.
Listen to David. They sure did.
See, she knows.
Nobody.
Yep.
Nobody
she
listens.
Knows.
Nobody listens to you.
They do too.
Well,
if they're smart, they do.
I don't listen to you
because you're not smart. I mean, that's kind of a given.
Sir. I will have you know that I am
not smart.
Kind of the smart, okay?
No, not even kinda.
Oh, whatever. You're dumb.
No.
Yes.
We've established you're the big dumb dummy.
You even wrote a song about it.
Right. How could I get away with writing a song about it if it wasn't true?
Because you're dumb.
No.
Hey, man, look. I have been your friend for years, okay? Yeah. And you're dumb.
No.
Yes, you are.
No. See, you don't even know that your mom's the boss of you, so that's proving you're dumb.
Look, ain't nobody the boss of me.
Your mom is the boss of you. We've established that too.
I am the boss of you.
Nope. Let's ask your mom.
And even then, I don't even want to be the boss of me.
Your mom would disagree with you
Yeah, well, that's fine. She's allowed to.
because
You're
she's the boss of you.
and you're allowed to sit there in your wrongness and be wrong. Okay?
But I'm not wrong.
You are, sir.
No.
Yes, you are. You are so wrong. It's wrong.
Your face.
What about it? It's fucking awesome.
Awesomely ugly.
Look, man, why you gotta be so mean? Why?
I'm just being honest. It's not
No,
mean when it's
you're
honest.
no, sir. That's being just being shitty.
I like that you posted a picture the other day and somebody says, "Oh my God, look at you! That you had hair," and you're like, "That's 18 years ago." And I wanted to post that you didn't have hair there. That was just a
That was my comb over.
Yeah, that was a Muppet.
Yeah. Oh, the picture with when I was
Mojo.
With Mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then TJ said, he said, "I remember when you were that young." And then Luke said, "Oh, you really had hair back then." I'm like, "Yeah, that was 18 years ago." Look, Tanya, he's not, okay? He's really not.
She knows things. She's Australian.
I mean, that's all fine and dandy.
No.
You know, but she lives in a completely different time zone.
Right.
So
they're in the
like
future.
right. I was going to say, so we're actually talking to somebody in the future.
Right. So she knows more than you.
She knows more than you.
No, she knows I'm the smartest man on YouTube.
Oh, see, I'm sure there are a lot of people that would disagree with that.
And they would be wrong.
Okay, look, let me set the record straight. When you open your eyes, the sun does not automatically come up for the rest of the world, okay? It doesn't. It does not revolve around you. The solar system has been in place doing its thing way longer than before you were hatched, sir.
Right. Yes, and it was all a culmination that led up to me. Perfection. It took all that time to produce perfection.
Wrong. Again, sir, you are wrong. David is the smartest man on YouTube. We have proof of that.
See? I'm not even the one that said that. So.
I'd like to know what this proof is.
Well, research it.
Oh, no. I would much rather have you tell me, smartest man on YouTube.
I'm telling you to research it.
That's not fair.
What, to do your own work?
When I could go to Google and get the exact same bullshit. So you're no smarter than a computer. You're no smarter than the person working the computer. You are no smarter than a fifth grader.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That didn't even make any sense.
It didn't have to.
That's a poor argument.
It's not really an argument, to be honest. It was just a statement.
You're sad.
No, I'm not. I feel quite good tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I feel really good. I am just tickled titty pink that I get to
go to the library.
Be here. Well, I got to do that tomorrow too. God bless my underpants. Not looking forward to. I don't want to get up at 7:00 in the morning so I can have my coffee and try to wake up. Then I got to get a bus to go downtown to. Well, it's only a couple blocks. And then I got to sit in there for 4 hours. And
I don't go watch a movie.
And no, man, I don't have the money for that. And then, right about the time I have to come back home, I have to do a video visit with my endocrinologist. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do all this.
Yeah.
if I'm smart, I've got a chair outside. If I'm smart, I'll just come back home and
Yeah, there you go.
sit outside.
I actually prefer those video visits with the doctor. Some of them doctors.
I mean, here's the thing. I've had this endocrinologist since January, and I've never met her face to face. Every time I've scheduled a visit, it's either been I couldn't make it for some reason, like when I went to the hospital, or she couldn't make it for some reason because her entire family came down with COVID.
You know what it is? You know what it really is?
What?
Is she would rather do a video visit with you because she can block out your face.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be in the same room with my sparkling personality.
She's like, oh man, now I don't have to look at him.
That big dummy. No, we're not. No, sir. That's your. Why you gotta be mean to me? What did I do to you?
Blame me for the ashtray.
Look, man, I don't live in the past. Okay.
That's still cracking me.
And you shouldn't either.
Oh man, I don't know. I think I'll remind you that forever. Speaking of ashtrays, though.
Okay, that took a weird turn, but I'm all in.
No, it's kind of a good thing. That a week from today will be 1 year that I quit smoking.
Boy, you gonna go buy a pack?
To celebrate? Yeah. I'm gonna go buy a fifth and a carton of Pall Malls.
Yeah, it's out of point. Just fucking sit right at the kitchen table, chain smoking, doing shots of whiskey and chain smoking, yelling out the window. The fuck you looking at?
Here, let me have a cigarette and an updraft.
Yeah,
while I'm on the oxygen.
Yeah, while on the oxygen. Yeah, here, let me light that for you.
I went out to breakfast with Diana this morning, and she's like, "Oh, while you're finishing up, I'm gonna go out and have a cigarette because I know I can't in the car because you got an oxygen tank." I'm like, "Well, thanks for not smoking in the car while I have an oxygen tank."
I mean, God forbid if you didn't have the oxygen tank, she'd be in there fucking blowing that shit right in your face. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this bothering you?
You know, it's kind of nice that I don't have flames shooting up in my face. You know, that's kind of a good
thing. You know, just combust internally.
Oh
God.
Yeah, I hate catching on fire. It's no fun.
No, dude, don't do that. That's you know. So I mean, since you quit smoking, are you still really reliant on the oxygen?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. That's what I had my doctor the other day. He's like, "Oh my God, what a visit!" And so, anyways, he's looking through this paperwork. He's like, "Yeah, I see you had an angiogram," and he's reading through it, and he's like, "Yeah, the heart is clear, but there was a couple of masses in the lung." And he's like, "But that's okay because there wasn't anything in the masses, because if there were, you'd be dead already, because this was in 2019."
Oh fuck.
And he's like, "But I don't know where this angiogram was done or who ordered it." I said, "Well, I'm positive where it was done, but what was the date on it?" So he told me the date. And I looked it up. I was in the hospital at that time. It was July of 2019. And I'm like, that was at Lake Huron. And of course, you were the doctor because I was in the hospital.
And he had no idea.
Well, yeah, because they didn't write it on there. Like, I mean, like, you're really going to remember what you did on July 11th of 2019, right?
Shit, I can't remember what I did. Yes.
Fuck. Oh, that big dummy lost his internet. He's so dumb. But that's all right. He'll be back here shortly. Or maybe he won't. Yeah, give me.
What the hell?
What'd you do, dummy?
What the hell? Okay, I don't know what happened. Just everything just kind of stopped, and they kicked me out and all that great
That's
stuff.
all right. That's all
But I'm
right.
back, so yeah, I really want to be all done with this fucking foot shit, dude. It's since 2019. I've had 9 operations on this foot. About
Right. And so right now you're still going like every 3 months for the doctor.
for
It'll
the
be
foot
nice.
doctor.
Yeah.
No, I see him every week now
Oh, every week. Jesus. Yeah, that would
because
drive me nuts.
because of the wound I got on the bottom of my foot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, and that's why I said he's like, well, it's looking better, but we'll see you next week, and I'll be going in on Jonathan's birthday next week.
Damn.
Yep,
You're
October
gonna be
12th. You're gonna be 28.
damn, them kids grow up quick.
I know, man. I just kind of, and it was all such a whirlwind too. It's like all of a sudden, it's like, God, how did I get this old this fast?
Well, I can understand why you forget some of it while the drugs you were on. I mean,
I was on a lot of drugs,
uh,
and I drank a lot, and I was on a lot of drugs, and I used to take chair shots, and all that good stuff.
and then you took shots while you were in chairs, and then
That's right. And then I also did drugs while I was in chairs too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I treated my fucking body like a chemical waste dump.
You big dummy.
Yeah, well, now I just smoke my little smoke, and you know, and I'm
Uh,
and I'm happy. I don't even
uh,
drink soda anymore, man. I drink I get the flavorings from Kroger or Walmart or whatever, just add it to water. That's all I
okay.
drink. And then I have coffee in the morning.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
love my coffee.
Gotta have my coffee. Got to.
Yeah.
And it's best when nobody talks to me. It's like when I sit down, as soon as I turn my computer on, I have my coffee in hand and I sit down and I start scrolling. I'm not even awake yet. Boom. 9 motherfuckers want to try to talk to me.
I remember
Ah,
grabbing you for work and would go to get at the restaurant and you'd be trying to yak at me and I just like and I
now
give
I,
you dirty looks. And I was like till I had my coffee you were supposed to, but I did that with my kids too. They was like until I had my coffee.
well, and I mean now I understand because back then I wasn't as dependent on the coffee. Now I mean let's put it this way. My coffee cup is 64 ounces. That's what I have every morning. I make half a pot of coffee, and that's what I have every single morning. And then the rest of the day is water. Occasionally I'll have like coffee at night. I'll be a rebel, but for the most part,
Oh, look at you go.
I know it's crazy. It's the wildest. Oh man, so what'd you have for dinner?
What did I have? Oh, I had a big cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had ordered that when I was at breakfast with Diana.
where'd you
My
guys go?
Nick's.
Nick's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she likes that place.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
So I'm like, yeah, let's go over there.
Is the American Grill still open?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I know you like that place.
Yeah.
It's close to the house, and and they
I
got good
hardly.
food.
Yeah, they got a different owner now, so
Oh yeah,
I haven't been there in a while, but
huh.
yeah.
Yeah. They had some. Their breakfasts were pretty good. Like I'd order them when I was dispatching at Acme. Have one of
Yeah.
the drivers pick them up, bring it to me.
Yeah, because you'd be dropping somebody off there
Yep.
already.
Oh yeah. It's like, hey, as soon as I knew, I'm like, hey, I'll just call in my order. You can pick it
Yeah.
up, bring it back here.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that was big fun.
Uh,
I do honestly miss those days, man. It was I had my fun when I was there, And then, but sadly, then the drugs moved in and everything got worse. And it was bad at the end there. But, my whole experience driving cab and dispatching cab in Port Huron was pretty good.
I enjoyed the part where I worked for Gary,
Yep.
but he's the only one. I didn't like any of the others. They were all dickheads.
See, I didn't work for. Well, I worked for Bonnie and Dave Hartman,
Mm-hmm.
and then they sold it to Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Then I worked for Gary,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went and left, and I worked for Bob.
Who I can't stand. So.
Well, okay. So I mean, to even go for, I worked for the Thompsons first
Mm-hmm.
when the Thompsons owned Acme, and yeah, Murray Thompson when he was the bartender at Jack's. But yeah, I worked for the Thompsons first at Acme as a dispatcher. Then I went over to City and I was a dispatcher. And then I started driving at City when Gary took over. And then me and a certain dispatcher there didn't get along. So I left and went back over to Acme when Bob owned it. And I stayed there until I moved to Florida. And then when I came back, I worked for Donnie at Port Huron Cab. And then I went driving a truck after that. So yeah, I had a pretty good cab driving career. I mean, everybody knew me.
Because you a dummy.
I knew my way around that town. You could have blindfolded me and dropped me anywhere, and I could have found my way out. I'm telling you.
Oh,
but
man.
A lot of that had to do too when we were working at Marengo's.
Oh yeah.
We were all over the county, or we'd have to go to Sterling Heights over to Sargent's. No, that was Mount Clemens.
Well, that was Warren actually, but
it was what?
Warren.
Oh, I thought Sargent's was in Mount Clemens.
No, if you went around the block over to Van Dyke from there, you'd be right at the Warren truck plant.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Man, we'd go take the pickup over there, just load that fucker up and bring it back all ranges.
Oh, I hated having a full truck and having to get back on 696. Oh my God, that was scary.
Well, yeah, because the truck struggled.
Well, not so much that the truck struggled. It's just 696 is like the Autobahn, and nobody will let you on.
Yeah,
and so you got a truck full of appliances, and all these people like not letting your truck get on the damn expressway. I still love. Gary just got a Crown Vic, and he wanted me to take it to Detroit to go get the meter put in.
Oh yeah.
And so it still looked like an unmarked police car. And I'm going down 94. And of course, every time everybody's seen it, you see brake lights.
Yep.
They see that car, whoop, brake lights.
I'll tell you what, when he started buying them Crown Vics and painting them yellow, I was like, hell yeah, this is a legit cab company right here. I mean, well, okay, so the Hartmans tried. They had like the old boxy Caprices, and they were all painted blue, and
Right.
But Gary made it, yellow checker cab.
Right.
That was big time then, man. We were styling and profiling then. That was the joke too. He got when he got 25, when they were still over on 10th Street, that I had just walked into the Thursday through Sunday shift, because Jerry Van Conant quit, and I was next in line to get it, and I knew I wasn't going to get it because Kathy Eagle didn't like me. So I went over her head and I said, "Hey, Gary, can I have this shift?" And he says, "Well, I take over tomorrow." I said, "Okay, they're not going to fill it yet. They're going to use spares all weekend." He said, yeah. He said, that'll be my first act is I'm going to give you that shift tomorrow. As soon as he did, she quit.
Nice.
Yep. That was Arlene's daughter. She was the office manager, and she knew her days were numbered when Gary gave me the shift. He didn't even ask her. She's like, well, I'm out. And then so that all transpired to, well, since she quit, he needed a day dispatcher. So guess what? Until Keith Urban got behind the desk, which I really owe everybody an apology for that because I kind of brokered that deal. He's like, man, wait, let's see it. Man, I really could use a job where they're taking taxes out so I can pay my child support. And I said, oh, really? Have I got a job for you? And the day shift, everybody wanted to kill me. They're like, why? I said, because I don't want to dispatch anymore. I want to get out there and make the real money.
Oh, he was a character.
Oh, he was. And same thing with Tony Giannetti. That's funny. I was just thinking about that the other night when him and I got into a shouting match at the cab company when we were still over on 10th. He took over as the day dispatcher. And I said, I was going in for my 3 to 3 shift. And he said something about, well, your cab's going to be late. Blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. No big deal. And then he says, okay, I need you to go pick up over on Riverview. They're going to the Grove Mall, and all they have is a 50. I said, you're really going to make that my first run, knowing I'm coming in with a $20 bill. Have you lost your fucking mind? And he stood up, and I said, okay. Gary come out from behind the back. Whoa, 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 what's going on out here? I'm like, this fucker's talking down to me like a kid, and he's getting kind of loud, and I'm not putting up with it. I said, you better get him in check before I do. And he was
if they were at the Grove Mall, why couldn't they have broke their 50?
Well, no, they weren't. They were on Riverview going to the Grove Mall.
Oh.
Right. And I was like, that's why I said, why not give it to like one of the 5 to 5 day shifters who can cover that? Why make it my first run? Fucking, and he had people on the north end.
Oh.
I you know what? I just said, whatever. I said, I'm going to go sit out in my car before I say something that's going to cause problems. And Gary said, that is a very good idea.
That's a good boy, Mr. Kurt.
Yeah. Well, and then until Tony left, I got all the fucking shit runs for the rest of the shift.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It was like, oh, yeah, hey, I'm clear for $2.40. Can I have another? And then
I didn't mind those $2.40 if they were all close together. They could drop off at one block and pick up at the next. It was like, yeah.
If he had enough of them in a row,
right?
Yeah, then it would be worth your while. But when I'm waiting 15 minutes between runs to do that, I'm like, you know what? And then
I got so pissed. I remember one night I dropped off in Fort Gratiot, okay, and I think it was at either Walmart or Myers.
I heard, yes, and I know this story well.
And Val said, I need you to run to Marysville and pick up at Myers.
I'm
like, honestly, you don't have anybody closer. Oh no. I said, oh, come on, you're full of I was so mad.
Oh, I've been crosstown.
Just hit the expressway and come on, there's got to be somebody closer.
Like
everybody?
Yeah. Not, you know who used to get me? Steve.
Steve. Really?
I liked Steve. Steve and I were buddies.
Right.
But when he got too high, he kind of lost track of people. Like, I'm sitting out by Port Huron High School, okay? I'm kind of in the middle of everything. I'm all right with that. He's he says, I want you to go to Lakeport. Okay. And he said, they're going to be standing on a corner. I said, whoa, ho, ho, no. I said, I am not driving all the way to Lakeport for some dude standing on a corner. I said, I'm not doing it. So he sent Tom Cameron. Right. Tom gets all the way out there. And then I didn't hear anything for a while. Then I hear Steve, oh, well, he wasn't there, huh? All right, well, come on back. I don't have anything. I was like, I dodged that bullet. I told him when I got into it, I said, I was about to put my foot in your ass.
I started hating, man, when drivers would be like, you'd have something like, say, 13th and Howard, where they drop off, and then you'd send them over to like, oh, I need you to pick up at Port Huron Hospital. Why you crosstowning me?
Port Huron Hospital isn't crosstown. You got to go over the fucking bridge.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I started telling them. Just because you cross that damn bridge doesn't mean you're being crosstown, you dumbass.
13th and Howard, if you're going to Port Huron Hospital, that's roughly what, 10 blocks?
Yeah.
10 blocks. That's not really crossed now. If you were at 13th and Howard and he sent you up to Omar and Gratiot, yeah, maybe that's a little rough.
Those drivers started to become prima donnas, man.
Yes. Oh, I don't want to. You know, I'll tell you what. If it wasn't for Singing Sam, remember Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mike would go get anything.
Yep.
And that everybody.
However.
Oh yes, I know.
He'd also pick up prostitutes and have the ATF come in and say, "Hey,
yeah, that was not a fun day for me because
you weren't even there at this time. This is when we had moved over off of 32nd. You had been gone for a while, and
see, we had a problem with him when we were over at on Jenks.
Yeah, they came in. The cops came in and like, oh my god, yeah, they about trafficking and shit like that. Because he was taking these prostitutes and stopping and getting Hummers from them, and
yeah, he was a sexual deviant, man. Because Bob told me I had to talk to him. Like he said, okay, so we've got complaints on Mike Welch. And I said, about what? And he said, well, he was getting handsy with some of the customers. I said, I'm sorry, what? Mr. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, he was getting handsy with the female customers. And I said, okay, I'll have that talk with him. He came in smiling and happy. And I said, let's go back into Bob's office for a minute. He knew then he was hit because all the color left his face. We closed the door, and Vicky wanted to be in there so bad. And I'm like, I got this. Bob delegated this to me. I'll fucking take care of it. So I told him, I said, man, look, you got to keep your hands to yourself. I said, I get another complaint, Mike. I have to let you go. It's as simple as that. You can't be doing that with female customers. You can't.
Yeah, Keith was another one for that shit.
Keith?
Yeah.
Keith Urban.
Mm-hmm. I had, oh my God, I picked up this girl from the shelter. And she was working at one of the bars on Quay Street. And she's like, yeah, when I get picked up tonight, make sure you don't send that Keith guy because he like gets all grabby and shit. I'm like, damn.
No kidding. Wow. No, I never knew that about him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he talked nasty to them girls and all that shit, man.
And he had Denise at home.
Well, at that time they were split for a
Oh,
while, but yeah.
still though.
Yeah, oh yeah, Keith's always kind of been like, you know.
You know, I mean that and I remember we were over on 10th Street and we had just gotten our brand new city cab jackets. Man, everybody was proud as fuck to be wearing those. Well, Keith and Ed Bagley decided to go down to the Active and cause some shit wearing their new jackets. And Phil called me up bitching. He's like, "You need to get these assholes out of my bar now." I'm like, yeah, Phil, I'll get a cab over there right now to get them. And they came back to the cab stand. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. We're just trying to have some fun. I looked right at Keith and I said, because you're a fucking loudmouth when you drink.
He's a loudmouth when he doesn't drink. He's just a loudmouth.
I said, you know, and you guys are standing out in the parking lot smoking pot. I said, what the fuck, man? I said, you're wearing city cab jackets. You're not real bright, are you? You know,
come on, who were you talking to? You're not real bright, are you? That kind of says you're not real bright if you have to say that.
Well, what they didn't know was Phil had also called Gary. So Gary fucking wheeled into the cab stand, and then because Keith, well, we're just gonna go. I saw Gary wheel in. I said, "Nah, y'all gonna stick around for a minute." I said, because Boss Man's here and he wants to talk to both of you. And they knew they were fucked in. He suspended Keith, and I forget what he did. I think he took a day away from Ed.
Ed was kind of a goof too.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Ed. But he'd get around Keith, and that's when the stupidity happened. Fucking, oh my god. Man, it's been fun fucking traipsing down memory lane.
Yeah. All our stupid times.
Because you and I, well, yeah, I guess we did. We worked together at Acme. We didn't work together at City.
No, we didn't. And I was kind of bummed about that because right around when I started is about when you quit.
Yep. That's, well, yeah, because it was funny. When I left, I went over to Acme and I said, you know, I'm looking to be a spare driver and a spare dispatcher. Kurt Loading said, we don't need any more dispatchers here. All right, cool. Then I'll just drive. I don't care. You know, before I moved to Florida, that's when all that happened. I barely drove. I was always behind the fucking desk.
Right.
I was like, when Kurt was leaving, I was like, hey, man, what happened? You know, you guys didn't need any dispatchers. He said, hey, you're the one who was dumb enough to answer the phone when we said we needed somebody. He said, now they all know, like Jim and Sally and all of them, they know. They want time off. They'll call you and you'll come work. I said, well, I mean, I don't make much money dispatch. I didn't there. I made for 8 hours, I think I made $34.
Yeah, he was a cheap bastard, man.
Yep. That's why I said at that point, I was just like, you know what? I really don't. And that's when Larry was fucking dispatching midnight.
Yeah.
Larry Gosman, the Gos.
Oh.
So, what do you think, buddy? You want to call it?
Yeah, it's about that time. I'm starting to get tired. And
yeah, I need to make my coffee for the morning and get my alarm set.
Yeah. That's before about 8:45 tonight. I set the alarm on my phone for last week. And so 8:45 tonight, that alarm starts going off. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know I set it for every week.
I'll be completely honest. What? I forgot about tonight,
Good thing
and
I think.
I was chatting with Mickey,
Yeah.
and she got drunk on wine tonight, so that was an interesting conversation. And so then all of a sudden I hear my notification go off from Facebook, and I saw it was you, and then I sat there and I'm like, why is he getting a hold of me so? Uh-oh, it's
It's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I was like, fuck. I said, well, I gotta go. I gotta go do this video podcast with Dave. She's like, okay, and kept on talking to me. I'm like, no, I have to stop now.
That's when they just keep going. You just kind of leave and let them keep going.
Yeah, I did. So, all right. Well, listen, this was a fun podcast. I'm real sorry for the rest of you who have to, listen to us talk about things you probably know nothing about.
Well,
But it's fun for us. So, and we try to make it.
If it's fun for us, it's fun for them. So
We've got to make it entertaining for them. So, hey, thanks for stopping by and listening to us. We appreciate you. I'm Kurt. He's Dave.
hit the like,
Like, comment,
subscribe.
subscribe, hit that bell notification so you'll get informed when we're going to do these things every Tuesday at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes. All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna go. You people have a great week. We'll see you next week, and
So long.
watch out where the Huskies
See you
go.
later.
Don't you eat that yellow snow.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.